Marriage was never designed to make people honest. It was designed to make them stable. And that is where the secret begins. Before we go deeper, hit subscribe and like the video. This is DepthRealm, where we expose the shadows so you can see the truth. There is a myth society protects at all costs. That marriage completes women. That once a woman is chosen, ringed, and secured, her emotional hunger ends. That myth is comforting. It is also false. The dirty secret of married women is not about infidelity. It's not about betrayal. It's not even about sex. It's about desire versus security and the psychological gap between the two. Marriage gives women safety, status, routine, and social approval. What it does not guarantee is emotional stimulation, polarity, or validation intensity. And the female nervous system does not shut down once the contract is signed. It adapts. Most married women are not dissatisfied in obvious ways. They are dissatisfied quietly, internally, subconsciously. Their lives look complete on the outside. But internally, something begins to decay. The decay is subtle at first. It begins with emotional compression. The man she married becomes predictable. Predictability brings stability. Stability kills uncertainty. Uncertainty is where desire lives. This is not moral. This is neurological. The female brain responds most strongly to emotional contrast. Anticipation, novelty, tension, recognition, and elevation. Marriage removes contrast and replaces it with continuity. Continuity is good for families, bad for desire. So the married woman adapts psychologically. She stops asking, "Do I want more?" and starts asking, "Is this enough?" And enough slowly becomes a cage. Here's the secret no one says out loud. Most married women are not craving new men. They are craving new versions of themselves. They miss who they were when they were desired without obligation. When attention felt earned, not guaranteed. When admiration felt alive, not assumed. Marriage stabilizes identity, but desire requires instability. So the mind splits. On one side, gratitude, responsibility, loyalty, duty. On the other, fantasy, imagination, longing, unspoken hunger. This is where the real secret lies. A married woman can be loyal in behavior while emotionally starving in silence. She can love her husband while resenting what the marriage took from her emotional identity. She can be faithful and still crave validation so deeply it borders on obsession. This is why emotional affairs happen without intention. This is why harmless conversations become dangerous. This is why attention feels intoxicating. Not because she wants to leave, but because she wants to feel alive again. The dirty secret is this: marriage doesn't kill desire. It redirects it inward where it mutates. And society trains women to suppress this truth, not understand it. So instead of naming the hunger, they pathologize it. They say, "I'm bored. I'm tired. I feel invisible. I don't know what's wrong with me." What's wrong is simple. Their nervous system is understimulated. Their emotional identity is dormant. Their feminine polarity is neutralized. And no one teaches them how to hold desire without acting on it. So it leaks. It leaks into comparison. It leaks into resentment. It leaks into subtle power games. It leaks into emotional withdrawal. Here's where it gets darker. Most married women do not want another man. They want to be wanted without consequences. They want desire without disruption. Attention without accountability. Validation without risk. This is why harmless flirtation feels powerful. Why being noticed feels intoxicating. Why a look lasts longer than it should. It's not betrayal. It's psychological compensation. And the more invisible she feels in her marriage, the more potent outside validation becomes. Not because it's better, but because it's scarce. Scarcity fuels desire. Abundance numbs it. Now let's talk about the part no one wants to hear. Many married women resent their husbands not for who they are, but for how safe they became. The man who once challenged her now accommodates her. The man who once pursued now maintains. The man who once desired now assumes. An assumption is the death of polarity. The husband doesn't stop loving her. He stops activating her nervous system, so she feels calm, but dead inside. And calm without polarity becomes depression disguised as maturity. This is why some married women become hyper-controlling. Why they nag. Why they criticize. Why they emotionally dominate. They are trying unconsciously to provoke tension. Because tension feels like life. Others do the opposite. They emotionally disappear. They become distant. They become numb. Both are symptoms of the same wound. Desire starvation. Now let's expose the deepest layer. The dirty secret of married women is not what they do. It's what they grieve. They grieve the version of themselves who felt chosen, pursued, elevated. They grieve the intensity of being wanted without history attached. They grieve the mystery that marriage removes. And because grief is not socially permitted inside marriage, it turns into guilt. And guilt turns into self-suppression. And suppression turns into quiet self-betrayal. This is why so many married women say, "I should be happy." That sentence alone is proof they aren't. Happiness does not require justification. Now let's talk about aging. As time passes, the dirty secret intensifies. Youth once guaranteed attention. Marriage once guaranteed security. But aging removes leverage. So the internal tension increases. She has a husband, but fewer mirrors. She has commitment, but declining validation. She has stability, but shrinking desirability feedback. And the female psyche needs reflection to feel real. So the hunger sharpens. This is why some married women obsess over appearance. Why others withdraw completely. Why some chase youth psychologically. Why others harden emotionally. They are all responding to the same fear: invisibility. Marriage protects women socially, but it can erase them psychologically. And here's the most uncomfortable truth of all. Many married women are not afraid of cheating. They are afraid of realizing they already disappeared. They stay not because they are fulfilled, but because leaving feels more dangerous than staying numb. And so the secret stays buried, until it leaks out in resentment, in depression, in emotional affairs, in passive aggression, in quiet despair. Now let's flip the mirror. This is not an attack on women. This is an indictment of a system that sells marriage as emotional completion. No human being was designed to be completed by structure alone. Desire needs polarity. Identity needs expression. Femininity needs activation. And when those needs are ignored, they don't disappear. They mutate. The women who understand this don't act recklessly. They act consciously. They stop expecting marriage to replace desire. They stop outsourcing vitality. They stop confusing safety with fulfillment. They reclaim their inner polarity instead of chasing external validation. But most never get there, because acknowledging the hunger would force them to confront the truth. Marriage didn't betray them. It just couldn't give what it was never built to provide. And once a woman realizes that, she has two choices: lie asleep, numbed by routine, or wake up, take responsibility for her inner world, and stop demanding that security feel like desire. Most choose sleep, because waking up changes everything. That is the dirty secret of married women. Not that they are unfaithful, but that many are quietly starving in lives that look complete. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. See the pattern. Protect your energy. This is DepthRealm.